Hey, y'all. Today, I am talking about something that might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you already know by now that that is where the real growth happens. Today, we're talking about denial because denial won't save you, denial won't protect you, denial won't help you step into the life that you say you want. But what denial will do is keep you stuck, help you to feel powerless, and stop you from telling the truth, acknowledging what's real and what needs to change. And denial and fear go hand in hand. A lot of times we stay in denial because we are scared, right? We're scared of telling the truth about something. We are scared of making a big decision. We're scared of setting a boundary, or we're scared of changing our lives in a way that we know is going to make other people uncomfortable. But let's be clear, you cannot be confident if you are lying to yourself. Confidence requires clarity and truth. And if you're avoiding reality, if you are convincing yourself that something is fine when it's really not, the dog in the meme where the house is on fire in the background and the dog is like, I'm fine. It's fine. If that's what you're doing, you are blocking yourself from the kind of confidence that can actually support you with going forward. So today, I'm talking about this. I want to talk about how fear and denial go together and how denial keeps you stuck and what happens when you finally face the truth. Let's get into it. Hey y'all, welcome to Confident Women Glow. I'm Mo James, and this is the podcast where we dive into self-discovery, self-trust, and self-expression to help you create a life that's true to who you really are. I believe that confidence isn't just a mindset, it's a practice. It's about showing up boldly even when life feels messy and owning your journey every step of the way. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into this episode. Can we take a moment to talk about reflection and growth? I know this journey of self discovery, self trust, and self expression isn't always easy, but having the right tools makes all the difference. And that's why I created the Inner Strength Journal. This isn't just another journal, it's a space for you to connect with your thoughts, honor your emotions, and design your masterpiece life one page at a time. Each prompt in this journal is carefully crafted to help you dig deeper into what matters most to you, to build your confidence, and to take aligned action. So, if you're ready to carve out intentional time for yourself and start designing a life that feels true to who you are, grab your copy of the Inner Strength Journal today. Head over to innerstrengthjournal.com to order yours now. Your journey deserves this space. So let's start with why denial happens in the first place. Because most of the time, we're not staying in denial because we're lazy. We stay in denial because we're scared of what the truth will require us to do. Denial is a defense mechanism, is something we use to avoid pain, to avoid discomfort, or to avoid uncertainty. But the trick of denial is that avoiding the discomfort doesn't stop it from existing. All it does is prolong it. We can be in denial about all kinds of things. We can be in denial about relationships. We could be telling ourselves, this isn't that bad. Maybe I'm just overreacting. We could be in denial about boundaries, telling ourselves it's just easier to let it go than to have the confrontation. We could be in denial about our self worth, telling ourselves that if I was really valuable, people would treat me better. We could be in denial about our careers. We could say, I can't just quit. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. The thing is, denial gives us
a false sense of safety. It makes it feel like we're protecting ourselves from pain, but in actuality, we're just delaying the pain because the things that we refuse to deal with never go away. They just sit in a corner and wait. And then they're going to pop out when it is the most inconvenient time when we are on our last good nerve. And then who knows what's going to happen after that. So I want to talk about what is denial costing us, because when we refuse or are afraid to acknowledge what is real, we lose things, we miss out. It costs us things. Denial costs us time because every day that we spend avoiding the truth or pretending that the reality isn't real is a day we spend not growing or not enjoying our life. It costs us self-trust. Because would you trust you if you know you was lying to you? I think not. Denial also costs us opportunities because if we can't admit what we need, how can we make empowered choices? How? What would you do if you stopped pretending everything was fine? What relationships would you walk away from? What decisions would you finally make? What truths would you admit to yourself? Because you cannot heal or repair or mend what you won't acknowledge. And you definitely cannot develop your confidence while you are lying to yourself. How do you actually start? Like, what are the steps to breaking a pattern of being in denial and moving toward self acceptance, truth, and confidence? First, you have to call the thing what it is. Stop pretending, stop sugarcoating, stop minimizing. Say the thing out loud. This relationship is trash. I mean, or you could say, this relationship is toxic. This job isn't what I want to be doing. I am not okay right now. The whole point is to name the truth so you can deal with it. Second, get curious without being judgy. I think sometimes we are afraid to tell ourselves the truth because we know how we do when other people tell us the truth. We judge those people and we don't want to judge ourselves. But I am here to tell you that the judging part is a choice. You choose that so you can unchoose it. When you can finally acknowledge something hard, don't judge yourself by jumping straight into shame, letting shame kick the door in and come sit down all up in your heart and mind, or guilt. Don't go straight to those things. Instead, acknowledge it and ask yourself, now, why have I been avoiding this? What has fear been telling me that I've been believing that has kept me stuck? Because when you can understand yourself in that way, you could recognize when it happens again and you can move through it with new insight. And then the last thing, the last part of this step by step to break out of it is like to take action. You cannot build confidence overnight and you do not have to fix everything all at once. But I do want to encourage you to take one step towards something you actually want. And that could be setting a boundary. That could be having an honest conversation. That could even just journal the truth, like get it out of you and onto paper. Because every step that you take toward clarity helps your confidence bloom. The opposite of denial isn't just truth, it's freedom as well. And freedom is where your confidence lives and thrives. Denial won't save you. It won't make anything easier. It won't make anything better. What will make things better, perhaps easier, is acknowledging what's real, is standing 10 toes down in the truth, is moving with clarity. Your confidence requires you to be honest, and that honesty has to start with you. If you can't tell yourself the truth, like, can you really tell other people the truth? I think it's going to be kind of hard. Once you start practicing being honest with yourself and taking those action steps, those tiny mighty steps, you will see everything in your life start to change. And I need to say this too. Some of that change is not going to be comfortable. Some of that change is going to feel like friction, and it's going to feel like your life is blowing up. Sometimes that is how change shows up. And so now that we're at the end of the episode, here's what I want to ask you to do. I want you to ask yourself, where have you been in denial? What's the thing that you know, and you need to deal with, but you haven't done it? I want you to write that thing down, say it out loud in the mirror, and decide that you're going to take one tiny step toward honesty. Telling the truth, because that is how you start reclaiming your confidence. And if you need space to work through it, grab the Inner Strength Journal ebook. It's full of prompts to help you process what's true, to help you trust yourself more, and to help you move through your life with clarity. Until next time, y'all, keep going, keep doing the thing, because your masterpiece life is waiting, and you deserve nothing less than that.
Okay. Thanks for sticking with me to the end of this episode. I hope you are feeling inspired and ready to take the next step toward your masterpiece life. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love it if you left a rating or review in your podcast player. It helps more women like you find the show. And if you're ready for deeper conversations and support, come join us in the Glow Circle membership community. Your first 7 days are free, and we would love to have you. Thank you for being a part of this amazing community. Until next time, keep glowing. Later.